If you don't know me, my name is Taranjit Singh Rai, and yes, I'm an award-winning scientist, lecturer, teacher, football coach. What I'm not is a financial advisor. These videos are totally for entertainment purposes only. Today, we're going to talk about Mars Protocol. So what is Mars Protocol? Mars Protocol is the most capital efficient borrowing, lending, perps protocol that will capture the fees and use it to buy back and burn Mars token. So the value will accrue to the Mars token. So when I say capital efficient, what do I mean by it? Mars can be regarded as Gen 3 perps. For Gen 1, you have protocols like Gains, GMX, and now with the recent hype, you have Hyperliquid, DYDX as Gen 2 protocols. I think taking it to the next level on Arbitrum, and of course, you all know that I am heavily invested into Vortex as well. We will call Vortex and Synthetics as Gen 2.5 protocol. But what makes Mars a Gen 3 perps protocol? So I took a snapshot. I think this was mid-December, and just to shine light on what you can achieve in terms of capital efficiency using the Mars protocol. So if you're a trader, you can compare the funding rates, okay? So this was, I think, mid-December, and you can see actually the Mars have the lowest funding rates if you want to trade BTC and ETH. This is achieved via clever mathematics, via cross-collateralization of all the LP positions you have, all their gains can be counted as collateral. And this makes Mars really capital efficient. Another reason why I am making this video now is because I think Mars token has found its bottom. It's currently trading at 0.03 and I think it's massively undervalued. So Mars has total value locked of 27.9 million and FDV of 31.33 million. So that's a really healthy ratio between TVL and FDV. Also, if you look into DeFi Llama, and we're going to talk a little bit about history in a second, but pre-Terra, Mars had excess of 300 million TVL. So that's approximately a 10 to 11x from the current TVL. So the token price I'm expecting to bounce in a similar manner as the TVL grows. In terms of available markets, because it was only recently that the perps launched, so the markets are at the moment only blue chip assets. So you have ETH, ARM, DYDX, and TIA, and their liquid derivatives. You can also see there is a healthy utilization rate of all these deposits, contributing to that capital efficiency that I was talking a little while earlier. Another feature of Mars protocol is that there are auto liquidations. So the bots are mostly run by the protocol itself, although if a third party wants to run a bot, they can. But for the moment, as far as I know, the protocol is capturing most of those fees. And the second point is, as compared to your Binance and other protocols, Mars is not predatory. It will only do partial liquidations. As long as your health factor is back to normal, it will actually just only partially liquidate your position. Of course, Mars protocol is a survivor of Terra, and you will see in a second that some of the team is actually still from the Terra days, again showing resilience of this protocol. If Mars protocol can survive Terra, I think we are in for a massive bull run ahead. I will talk a little bit about team, tokenomics, and also what I perceive are the threats. It's crazy actually. This was 2021 and Mars started as a simple money market. To see where protocol has evolved today versus those days, it is absolutely amazing. In fact, on the first ever Medium article, there was this quote from Russian rocket scientist Konstantin that Earth is cradle of humanity, but humanity cannot stay in cradle forever. This is probably similar to what Elon Musk is thinking at the moment. So this was 2021, and yeah, I clearly remember those days, and the thoughts were that eventually everything will be a Terra stablecoin, and every currency on the planet will be pegged to Terra. I remember those days, and I think this is a very humbling experience. I lost a lot during those days. I think it was May 2022. I was by my mother's bedside in India. She was very sick, and luckily she survived that. She had congestive heart failure, and I couldn't do anything other than look on phone, everything collapsing around me. But if given an opportunity again and being told that this is going to happen, and the choice is go save your mother versus save your portfolio, I think I'm going to still choose my mother every single day. It's kind of put things in perspective. But TVL, I think within few days, went from 300 million to zero. Mars protocol is at 27 million. Stay tuned. I think this project has legs. And actually, Mars was also very innovative in terms of that lock drop methodology of distribution of tokens. And again, this was the initial snapshot. I'm going to come back to this tokenomics in a little while later because this is important. Started initially with 1 billion worth of tokens, and I think 70 to 80 million were part of the airdrop. Okay, let's come to the team. So because Mars is a decentralized protocol, it consists of about 12 to 15 independent contributors. Not all of them are full-time. All these contributors are actually doxed to each other, and you can also see what they're doing on Mars GitHub. So github.com/Mars-protocol. Core team consists of Davide. So Davide is doxed. You can see him in various Cosmos conferences and so on and so forth. Dane is survivor of the Terra days. So Dane is still here. Linky, front-end dev, and then Sandro, who is the community manager. They are all very well-respected people in Cosmos. There is also a lot of engineers and team from Delphi Labs, which still sits as advisor for this protocol, but there are no VCs at the moment because all the tokens for Delphi Labs were actually returned back to the protocol. I'm going to tell you in a second what Mars Foundation is doing with those tokens. There is also a very good team of ambassadors. They all create very, very important educational content. And for full transparency, I am ambassador lead at Mars, but this video is totally my own volition, and I was not paid to make these videos. So yeah, follow them. All these Twitter handles. You can pause the video here. Follow these people if you want to keep up to date with what's happening on Mars protocol. Your product could be amazing, but without tokenomics, project will struggle. In the days of high FDV, low float, Mars actually shines out. I will leave a link in the description of this video to this fantastic article by Tony, one of the senior ambassadors at Mars Protocol, who goes into detail of everything: buyback and burns, utility, governance, buy and LP, and so on and so forth. But just to give you a brief summary and snapshot, max supply is 700 million. As I said, in the Terra days, it was 1 billion, but 300 million tokens from the community pool were burnt because Mars has now migrated to decentralized app on Neutron, and it doesn't need to have validators to validate transactions. Circulating supply is 212 million. Community pool has 120 million. Neutron Foundation, as I just told you, Mars is a dApp on Neutron, so they have 60 million. Mars Foundation keeps 116 million. Another thing which is really important, and if you haven't done it, if you're a survivor of Terra and you got the airdrop, you need to move the tokens to Neutron. And I think the deadline is end of Jan. So if you haven't, now is the time to migrate the tokens to Neutron. So what's going to happen to these tokens if you don't migrate? They're going to be burnt. Now, I think there are many whales who might do it last minute. So numbers might be off, but if they don't, maximum supply will only be 300 million. And I think this will be fantastic tokenomics. But it's a big if. We'll see what happens in February. Stay tuned. I'll update you on X. I will leave a link in the description of this video to join my Discord. If you're watching this on X, the link to join my Discord is in my bio. Again, pretty cheap, basic membership, let's hunt together. Because of the capital efficiency, you can actually play the arbitrage game. You can actually play the delta neutral game. So I'm going to leave a link in the description of this video. Another senior ambassador, Fluffy, which basically explains step by step how to actually use the stables to get 20% APR. And also because Mars is collaborating with the drop liquid staking protocol, you can actually qualify for a massive airdrop and have a 5x multiple on your deposits. So exciting things are coming ahead for Mars protocol. However, this deep dive will be incomplete if I don't talk about shortfalls and threats. And because I'm not paid to make this video, I can talk about these things. What I feel personally might be threats. I still think the threat is association with Cosmos. Cosmos has not really performed as much as it should. However, Skip builders are the best in Cosmos. They have taken over the future direction of Atom. So let's see how it goes. I am cautiously optimistic. Also, I think Mars' success is also now kind of tied to Neutron. If something happens to Neutron or it doesn't do well, that's a threat. However, as I said in the beginning of this video, If Mars has survived Terra, I think they can survive anything. From 2021 on, you can follow this on GitHub. The code is open source, and there is a danger that other protocols might actually just copy the code. However, I know that parts of the code are now protected by a license, but still, this vision of everything open source, everything decentralized, sometimes can be a detriment. I also think Mars needs to step up its marketing campaigns. If you look at the way Hype did the airdrop, now they had the benefit because the token was not in circulation, so they can actually design this campaign. But I think Mars should also have a points-based system where either the community pool or some of the tokens from the foundations can actually go to attract new traders. And lastly, this is crypto. Fundamentals also matter. So for the moment, I think everyone is very technical. Ambassadors are doing absolutely amazing job. They're killing it. But we need more fundamentals. And I think a good price action might bring more community in, because in crypto, nothing works more than number going up. Number going up, amazing project. Number going down, scam. Oh, you put a scam project into my radar. So you all need to do your own research. You need to convince yourself before you spend every single penny. If you lose any money, it's on you. If you make any money, it's on you. And that's where I would like to end this video. And please let me know in comments below, what do you guys think about Mars protocol? Do you think this protocol can do an easy 10x if the TVL rose to pre-Terra levels? Remember, when the TVL was close to 300 million, the tokens were 1 billion. Now the tokens will only be 300 million. What do you think will happen if it reaches the TVL to the pre-Terra levels with much fewer tokens? So I'm expecting this all-time highs to be crossed one day. That's all I have to say for this video. Leave me your comments below this video, and I'll see you in the next video.